Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Earlier today morning, Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua, while speaking at Citizen TV Daybreak show, leaked some information on Kalonzo's plan with UDA. And that information, or rather those remarks by Mutua, has also been captured by Citizen TV Kenya Digital News. Citizen TV Kenya. UDA has been talking to Kalonzo Musyoka because they believe he's not principled. The game by UDA would be Kalonzo to run by himself so that he can divide the Ukambani vote. That's Dr. Alfred Mutua, Machakos Governor. Mutua is just trying to allude or insinuate that already Kalonzo Musyoka is in talks with UDA, and the aim of those talks, or the aim of the deal, is for Kalonzo Musyoka to go all the way to the ballot so that he can actually divide the Kamba votes. That's Alfred Mutua. What does that mean politically? Looking at Kalonzo Musyoka, you know we are in a game of politics and anything is possible. It's most likely that in public, Kalonzo might be cursing UDA and talking on how he can actually not join hands with UDA. But in private, he might just be talking to the same UDA people. But from where I see it, I don't want to take sides here, but I'm seeing a very unlikely possibility of Kalonzo Musyoka hammering a deal or making a deal with UDA. But I'm not ruling out that. But in this video, I want us to analyze and see why is it that Kalonzo Musyoka actually appears to be undecided, dilly-dallying kind of a politician. Because also that's what we have largely been seen with Kalonzo Musyoka. Because some days ago, Kalonzo announced to the whole country that he was to sign some deal with Azimio on Monday. Then when Monday came, or rather reached, Kalonzo actually changed his mind, and now he was giving fresh demands for negotiations with Raila Odinga. And earlier today again, at some undisclosed location, Kalonzo Musyoka met Raila Odinga, and it's widely believed that tomorrow, Friday, Kalonzo Musyoka might just seal a deal. So what is actually happening here? Why is Kalonzo showing all these signs of undecisiveness? In my considered opinion, Kalonzo already has seen a situation where there can be a runoff. Yes. So Kalonzo wants to actually negotiate with these sides after round one. Kalonzo, maybe in his own thinking, he has also seen a possibility of a runoff. And I'm saying that because initially, when Musalia Mudavadi and that team was still in One Kenya Alliance, it was widely believed that Oka was positioning itself for round two. But we saw Musalia joining William Ruto. So Kalonzo may be still entertaining such kind of a thought that there is going to be a runoff. Yes, that's the thinking in Kalonzo Musyoka. So he wants to go for round one. After round one, he can now negotiate. And we saw something that similar to that in 2013. In 2013, it was almost clear that no candidate would attain 50+1%. But after the elections, a candidate managed 50+1%. So this game by Kalonzo Musyoka, anticipating a runoff, is somehow a 50-50, a double-edged sword. Kalonzo might actually find himself losing in all these things, as a candidate might just spring a surprise and attain 50 plus 1%. And then Kalonzo is also appearing in the undecided because that's Kalonzo's nature. And that's actually why Kalonzo is called a watermelon. You know, there are people who are born naturally with some traits, and you can do nothing to change that. Kalonzo Musyoka appears to be born that way. That is his trait. And that was also seen some times back. Even in 2013, before actually agreeing to work with Raila Odinga, that was his behavior and trait. And before that, actually Raila Odinga had to brand him a watermelon during the 2010 constitutional making, because Kalonzo at that time was appearing to be yes, no, yes, no. At one point supporting the constitution, the next time is actually showing some signs that he does not support that. So that's how he got this name of a watermelon. And so Kalonzo is undecided because naturally that's how Kalonzo is. He's born that way. And from where I sit again, the only option, or rather the best thing that maybe Raila or Ruto can do, they should just continue with their campaigns. They should not actually factor Kalonzo Musyoka in their political camp. Let them continue with their campaigns as if they don't have Kalonzo Musyoka. And then the third reason, Kalonzo, from where I sit, overrates himself. Kalonzo is giving himself a popularity that actually does not have. Kalonzo has a belief that is very popular across the country, not only in Ukambani. So Kalonzo feels, or rather in any negotiation, Kalonzo goes with some unrealistic demands that can actually not be met. And I'm saying that because also in 2013, when Uhuru and Ruto were forming government, Kalonzo initially wanted that duo of Uhuru and Ruto to support him for the presidency. Because at that time, you know, the ICC cases and some at a rally in Ukambani, actually Mudama spoiled everything by linking that actually Uhuru and Ruto were actually going to be detained at the Hague, and Kalonzo would be the automatic candidate. So I'm also seeing a situation where always Kalonzo overrates himself. In 2013, he wanted Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta to support him for the presidency. That failed, and then now he was requesting to be Uhuru Kenyatta's running mate. That also flopped. And I'm seeing the same thing happening this year. Initially, when the talk started, Kalonzo was very slow to go onto the negotiating table. And I know that slowness of Kalonzo Musyoka might have made Raila Odinga be accepted as the presidential candidate for Azimio, and also maybe for Raila Odinga to also actually think otherwise of having Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate. So as it is today, Raila is not very much willing on having Kalonzo as his running mate. And also Kalonzo's words sometimes back, at a time Kalonzo ought to have been very careful with his words, Kalonzo also openly actually told the whole country that he cannot be a fool to actually deputize Raila Odinga again for the third time. So Kalonzo overrates himself, and also some of his utterances are just helping him to be undecided, because he's saying things that can actually make it very hard for him to actually join feet on any political camp. Just like, for example, recently, Kalonzo was just issuing some fresh demands on Raila Odinga. And now he was actually making public some secret pact he had with Raila Odinga. And that, in my considered opinion, can just harden positions of maybe Raila Odinga or any other person who wanted to make a deal with Kalonzo Musyoka. So I believe these things best explains why Kalonzo Musyoka actually appears undecided. He's just overrating himself. He is anticipating a runoff, and Kalonzo is naturally born that way. That is something that cannot change. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop there. But in case you've bumped here, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.